And we're back. I just did a GCA video. I told you guys, I said, I'm going to do some commentary. And what better commentary than watching To Catch a Predator and calling people perverts? Why not, right? Anyway, this is Greenville, Ohio. Yeah, I have not seen this in a long time, so I don't remember anybody. Let's get to it.
Our stories on computer predators?
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Oh, no. Why did you come here in the first place? To see a 13-year-old girl.
I turn on the webcam, and his reaction is, "You are so hot."
What grade do you teach?
6th grade.
So you teach kids.
Oh, wait a moment. Hold on. So this channel is somebody called Max Cooper. I completely forgot. I apologize. This is Max Cooper. And yeah, if you want to watch them, I will have them linked. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? Okay.
About the same age as the girl you were coming to see.
Ooh.
I'm ashamed. Truly ashamed.
So am I gonna be on TV or what?
They're
You be
still
on the
out there,
TV.
and we're still exposing them. A new Dateline investigation. To Catch a Predator 4.
To Catch a Predator 4,
Predators
guys.
scouring the internet, targeting children for sex.
Where did my cat
It's a
go?
national problem that Dateline has helped uncover.
I have no
Good
idea.
evening and welcome to Dateline. I'm Stone Phillips.
I'm Ann Curry. We received
Hi,
such
Ann
an...
Curry. We're going to fast forward a little bit here. Okay.
Here's Chris Hansen.
Do you watch Dateline NBC?
When I can.
Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard about them.
We've set up a new computer sex predator operation
Excuse me.
in a new location, but this man's excuse sounds pretty old.
And what have you heard about those
Oh my
stories?
God, look at the liquor
That people,
he
or
supplied.
there's pedophilers out there, but that's not my
Pedophilers.
intention tonight. I just wanted to have a party and have a good time.
Yeah, I bet. You fucking nasty.
Well, 1 second, I gotta change my shirt.
Okay.
2 years ago, Dateline launched an undercover investigation into online
coffee.
sexual predators.
Okay.
Could you explain yourself?
Oh!
And we had no idea we were about
Buck-ass
to
naked,
expose a
butt-ass,
national
buck-ass,
epidemic.
butt-ass.
Adults trolling the internet looking to meet young teens for sex.
Oh, Yahoo chat.
What are you doing as a man of God, as a rabbi?
Our investigations revealed the enormity of the problem. Over the course of 3 undercover stings, we exposed almost 90 men.
Possibly you would have had sex with a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Our past investigations have been in major metropolitan areas. The first near New York City, the second in a suburb of Washington, D.C., and the third close to Los Angeles.
Okay. Turn around, put your hands behind your
I
back.
can't remember.
Could it be that this is a crime that only happens in and around big cities? Or does it happen everywhere,
I cannot.
even in rural America?
So I said it in another videos. I mentioned Petaluma. I cannot record Petaluma. I have tried, like, I don't know how many times, because I did make a video. And they won't play it at all. I don't know why. I don't know. Some episodes I can do a whole, and if you can see this is part 1 of 2. So this is the one episode, and then the other one was another episode. I don't know why they're picky with certain episodes. I don't know if there's just certain people that don't want their stuff on. I have no idea. None. I don't know. Petaluma was crazy. And I have no idea. So we get Greenville, which is fine too.
Tonight, our 4th investigation into internet predators. Only this time, we're going straight to the heartland, Greenville, Ohio. Population 13,000.
That's small.
We're in the middle of nowhere. We're 45 minutes outside of Dayton, and we're 5-6 hours from Chicago.
Nestled among the cornfields and cow pastures, we found this large house, just the right size for our crew and specialty cameras.
All right, Dell's doing a great job. She's got the guy.
Frag and Dell, their screen names, are from pervertedjustice.com, an online watchdog group that for the last 4 years has been catching internet sex predators and exposing them.
4 o'clock p.m. is Gear Jammer.
We hired the organization as consultants so we could watch them do what they normally do. Go into chat rooms and pose as 12 to 15-year-olds home alone, interested in having sex.
I'm pretty much the only one here.
So while the perverted justice decoys troll chat rooms, our crews set up 11 hidden cameras, 7 outside covering all angles of the driveway, side, and back of the house, and 4 cameras on the inside. What you're about to see happen to this man emerging from the shadows is going to repeat itself over and over again at our undercover house. He's 40-year-old Alonzo Wade. He's been chatting online about sex with a girl who said she was 15. When she says she's worried she'll get pregnant, he says, "I am fixed."
Oh,
he drives 104 miles, more than 2 hours to meet the young teen home alone. And
there's the alcohol.
He's loaded down with
so it's
alcohol.
The first guy.
Come on!
Dell, pretending to be the young girl, waves him in.
Where are you?
I'm just
she took off. That should be a hint. I'm gonna say this repeatedly. Right. That should be a damn
then
hint.
He appears to pull down the zipper on the front of his pants.
Why?
What he's planning to do next, we'll never know.
Was he gonna pass
some
water?
He stops as soon as he sees me.
Now, what were you doing with your pants there when you were heading towards the door?
My zipper came down. Excuse me. I just go outside and make sure everything's okay.
Well, you brought quite the selection tonight.
Yes, sir.
What do we have here?
Well, that's mine.
Oh, man.
Alonzo claims the 12-pack of beer and 2 6-packs of Mike's Hard Lemonade, all just for him.
Were you going to give any to the 15-year-old?
Oh, no. I don't do that.
Liar.
And
I got a 15-year-old daughter myself.
Well, come on.
At 15, I was drinking that, bro.
And 2 6-packs.
I said, what did she like to drink? That I say I was never what I was going to bring it. You got it in black and white that I said I'd bring it. But
and you brought it.
Yes, I did.
You say that.
But she also asked for it.
Alonzo says he didn't want to drink in front of his daughter, so he came here to drink, not to have
Somebody
sex.
else's daughter.
But he seems to leave the door open.
It appears to be clear from this transcript that you are open to the idea of having sex with this girl.
No. Well, it appeared yes. Would I? No. Or maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
What is it, Alonzo?
Could be.
Yes,
what?
no, maybe so.
Maybe.
Maybe. So maybe you would have had sex with this girl.
Maybe.
What planet am I on?
I should go to jail.
You should.
And that's exactly what's about to happen.
Yes! It's an arrest episode.
Put the beer down, right down. Put it down. Put your hands in the air.
Like our most recent investigation, Perverted Justice is cooperating with local law enforcement, providing the Darke County, Ohio Sheriff's men with the evidence needed to make an arrest. Here in Ohio, showing up for sex with a minor after soliciting them online is a felony.
Good.
After deputies read Alonzo his rights,
Sir, listen to me right now.
Yes,
you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
he's taken in for
What if he was
questioning.
under the influence because he said I could smell from here?
Photographed, fingerprinted, and put behind bars. Detective Mike Burns of the Darke County Sheriff's Department says he contacted Perverted Justice about doing a sting operation because he was looking for a way to combat internet predators in his area.
It was just a
I
miracle
wonder how bad it is now.
from heaven as far as meeting our needs.
I mean, because there are a lot of vigilante channels on YouTube, and I feel like if that's something that you want me to watch as well, because they're raw, it's raw footage and stuff. I'll watch it as well and comment on that because you never know. But I don't know, I don't know if back then at this point in the 2000s and the 10s a little bit, I think this was ended before that though. But I don't know if there's more now because of how sneaky they can get, the predators. I don't know if it obviously isn't a deterrent, but I wonder if there was more though back then than there is now. I have no idea. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Because we're struggling so badly to get things going that.
But there are a lot of vigilantes,
Here's the answers for
a lot
you.
of channels like that.
The detective and his men will conduct their stakeout from the house across the street and in the mobile home behind our house. Just as they did with Alonzo, once a suspected predator goes in the house, Detective Burns will have his men move into
Look at
place,
these guys
ready
getting arrested
to make
too.
the arrest.
Where are you at?
Get ready
Very
for the
wet.
parade of potential predators, this time here in the heartland of America.
Up next, you may be surprised who exactly does come calling: a fireman and a student at an evangelical.
Let's get back here. I knew it. I knew it.
Our latest computer predator investigation is in full swing. All 11 of our hidden cameras are in place, and a suspected sex predator who approaches the house will be videotaped from the minute he pulls into the driveway
Run into his car.
until the sheriff's men spring into action.
Run,
Sheriff's
get
office,
him.
let me see your hands.
Get him.
Get on the ground! Get down!
Arrest him
Get the fuck down.
understand that right?
Yes.
and take him away in handcuffs. More than 20 perverted justice members are in Ohio and surrounding area chat rooms posing as 12 to 15-year-olds. They've set up profiles using pictures of young teens and posted personal information like age, sex, and location. Some of the profiles are on social networking websites like MySpace and TeenSpot.
He's in Cincy.
The decoys from perverted justice are waiting to be instant messaged by a potential predator. In a matter of seconds, men start hitting on the decoys. This man, screen name Green-Eyed 121, even goes so far as to suggest phone sex. He found our 13-year-old decoy, Katie Did Sings, on MySpace.com. He types,
I have an idea, but it's a little weird.
What?
I did it with another girl, but I don't know if you want to. Call me up and let me listen to you as you yourself to orgasm.
The decoy quickly declines the offer, saying her dad wants her to get off the computer and come downstairs. Green-Eyed 121 doesn't seem to mind.
Gross
After all,
ass.
he's already made a date for sex with her in person. Katie Did Sings told him she would be home alone for the weekend.
I have good news. I can come over Friday and stay the night, too.
He's coming
Oh
all
my
the way
God,
back, all the way back.
sirs. Really?
Green-Eyed 121
In a
is
Dodge
scheduled to
Neon?
arrive at our undercover house around noon.
What a stud.
Sure enough, here he is, right on time. Our hidden cameras are rolling.
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
He's 23-year-old Nathan Downhauer. He says he's a student at an evangelical university.
and
what
he's
does he
religious,
plan to
of
do
course.
with Katie Did Sings?
Oh.
His chat log is quite explicit.
My hands will travel down your smooth body till we reach your pants. Here we will remove
Sir,
your pants
you
and
are a
underwear,
man
revealing your
of-
beautiful
of-
nude body.
Not a man of God.
And
but
like
you,
so
you,
many of
you
the
are a
other
religious
potential
person.
predators,
Set
his
an
chat
example.
turns too X-rated for network television. And now he's in our living room.
Hey, Nathan?
Yep.
I just cut the crap out of my toe. I'm getting a Band-Aid. Hold up the kitchen counter for a second, okay?
Didn't even see them.
Do me a favor and just go ahead and seat right everything outside the bar, please.
He drove more than an hour to keep his date for sex with a girl he thought was 13 and home alone. But he says by the time he got to the door, he changed his mind.
I don't know if I'd really be able to go
So
through
why'd
with
you
it.
come in?
But you walked in the door.
Yeah.
And as I read some of what he said online, he doesn't sound like a man who plans to back out.
You get into very graphic detail about what you want to do to her.
Fantasies dreamed up online or in your mind. Things you might
Kitty
not
is in
be
the litter
able to
box.
willingly
I don't know if you
do
hear that
when it comes
noise.
down
I
to it.
apologize.
I will gently cup and massage your soft breasts, kiss them, and run my tongue along them.
Ah,
And it
really?
goes on from there, in graphic detail. What are we to make of this?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the law says about this.
Well, it's illegal.
But
Very.
nothing has happened yet.
Well, I know. But it's illegal for someone to use the internet to solicit somebody who's 13 for sex.
Yeah, sicko. Yeah,
I wasn't
sicko.
aware.
You
Sheriff's office,
are
on the ground.
fully
On the
aware.
ground right now. On the ground!
Later, you'll see Green-Eyed 121 get a quick
I don't know where my
lesson
cat
on the
went.
law from detectives waiting outside. But now, another stranger has just pulled in the driveway.
In the driveway, in our driveway, back.
Online, he calls himself J10O72960. He's also been chatting with the decoy Katie Did Sings. Remember, her profile says she's only 13. He tells her he's a fireman.
even like 15,
but he gets
16.
worried she's a cop.
How do I know you're not a cop? Laugh out loud.
I'm not
LOL.
a cop. How do I prove it?
Call my cell and leave a sexy message.
She
Bark.
does. And then he wants to take it even
Oh, I
further
wonder-
and moves on to this.
I wonder what they like. They should have like played that message just to see like their reaction to this. I have no idea. Like these demands that these guys make just so that they can prove that you're a real person. I don't know. These people are sick.
Subject of phone sex. He asks, "You like hearing guys moan? I want you to call now and make me moan." Katie Did Sing says, "I will hear you when you get here." And there's something else. He seems to have a thing for feet.
Want me to rub your feet?
Yeah.
Now I'm getting turned on.
I have no idea what
The
this
man
cat's
with the
doing.
apparent foot fetish is really 21-year-old Jason Shopner.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hard 21.
Oh, okay.
Hey, why don't you hang out, have a seat right on the other side of the bar for me, will you?
No age discrimination or anything or whatever.
Go over and have a seat, please. No, sir. Right here, please. What's going on? Why don't you tell me to get things started? Tell me what was happening.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I do. I'm sorry.
You're sorry for what?
You're a freaking idiot.
And it turns out Jason really does work at a firehouse as a paramedic.
Now, in your chat here, you essentially say you're a firefighter.
Yeah.
Don't you
What
think
a
that might
liar.
impress a 13-year-old girl?
Probably.
Well, look, I'm sorry.
What was your plan here today?
I don't know.
What a cool dude, guys.
You don't know?
I seriously don't know.
Well, it looks like you knew based upon this chat. Want me to rub your feet?
No,
Yeah.
no. Okay, all right.
What would have happened if I had not been here?
I would have done something stupid.
Very
with a
stupid.
13-year-old girl.
I don't know, probably.
If a 13-year-old girl had been here.
Yeah.
And you won't believe what else he admits.
Do you ever watch television?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Dateline?
Dateline?
Dateline NBC? Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
You're on it, buddy.
Oh, no.
So even after
Surprise!
seeing our previous
Smile,
investigations,
pervert.
watching men being confronted and arrested, he wasn't discouraged from doing the very same thing. And as you'll see later, he's not the only one.
Yeah, and I've seen this on TV. You've seen this on TV before.
As this investigation continues, we hear something we've never heard before.
My religion.
Men talking about religion.
Bible. I have no one else to turn to but God.
I
go to church every
No,
Sunday.
don't use. Please
When
don't
we
use
come back, how
religion
far
as an
will these guys go?
excuse. Please don't use a religion. I am a Catholic. I'm a swearing Catholic, obviously. You know. I hate that. It gets brought up all the time. Makes us look even worse. I will never get it. I won't. But they seem to think that that gets them out of anything. Like, oh, I can relate to you. Okay, you can go now.
About 103 miles, more than 2 hours away. He brought alcohol for someone he thinks is 13.
Did you bring the mics?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll be right back.
And this man pulling up to our house is from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, 112 miles away.
Jeez,
he drove more than
112
2
miles?
hours to meet with someone who said she was an underage teen home alone. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Like all the other men who visit, he has no idea our hidden cameras are rolling.
Where are you at?
I have to go
Where
change
you
out of my
at?
clothes, okay?
Okay.
I want
Just
to
sit at the
kiss
bar
you
for a
like
second,
my
okay? I'll be right back
cousin.
down.
It's a little late to be prowling around these parts, huh?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Why don't you have a seat right over here for me?
His name is Tim Isaac, screen name Park and Ride 469, 42-year-old training manager for a global transportation company. He's been chatting online this evening about having oral sex with a girl who said she was 15, Sadie the Smarty. He wants to know if the sex talk has made her aroused. Sadie the Smarty types, well, not yet. Talk doesn't do anything for me. Park and Ride types back, well, my tongue will.
Ah, no.
What makes a man get in a car
no.
and drive 2 hours?
I don't know, just somebody wanted to meet me and I want to meet them, I guess.
At 2 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, look at that crazy
Well, I
eye.
didn't really want to, I mean,
Got some crazy eyes. Look at
I
those.
wasn't looking
Look
for
at those
nothing.
bad boys.
You walk into a house.
Well, I
Crazy
wasn't-
ass.
I mean, I was kind of scared about it, to be honest with you. I mean,
Well, you walked in.
I'm not looking for, to like do anything or anything. I got boys that are
Look at
20
that
and 21,
face.
sir.
Sons.
Yes, sir.
What if one of your kids was home alone and
Bleh.
some guy walked in the back door just all happy as heck to be here?
To be honest
have
with
a
you,
seat.
to be honest with you, I wouldn't like it. Sorry, I'm just nervous.
What made you think it was okay at 42 years old to walk into a home at roughly 2:30 in the morning where a 15-year-old girl was apparently home alone?
Well, I wasn't for sure if she was 15 or not, to be honest.
Well, that's what she said on the internet.
Yeah, she said it.
Perhaps I can refresh his memory by reading some of his chat
Oh, those
logs.
eyes are creepy.
You're only 15, a little young for this, aren't
Devil
you? Yep, I'm
eyes.
15, and no, I'm not. Okay. Are you still a virgin?
Stupid question for an older man to ask a girl like that.
Yes,
But
it is.
baby, 15 can get me 20.
Yeah, probably can't. Probably
he
will.
said it too. He said
You
it.
ever
He's
do
so
any time
guilty.
before?
Guilty.
Very little time for some DUI. but,
DUI?
Yeah. Nothing like this, sir. God, man.
You have a DUI too.
You ever do this sort of thing before?
No. This is the first time I ever done something like this.
First time.
That's the same claim we've heard from almost every man we've ever confronted. And most say they really weren't going to do anything sexual. Our sting in Ohio is no different. But one subject does come up for the first time. Religion.
This is first.
This is your first time?
Yeah, and I told, I'm like, I shouldn't do that. It is also against my religion.
It's against your religion.
He's 27-year-old Davut Ozkan, screen name Nakzox, a graduate student from Turkey. He had a sexually charged online chat with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old.
You say at one point, I don't want to have any problem, Kissing is okay.
Yeah.
But you also say, in the next breath, have you ever seen a blank, meaning penis? I have on the internet, she says. Then you say, so do you want to see mine?
Oh no.
It is not good.
Bro, yeah, what the fuck?
You can play with my blank.
Please don't read. You can read yourself.
I mean, it sure seems like you knew what you're talking about here, and you knew what you wanted from this 15-year-old girl.
I don't want to have sex, but...
The 27-year-old admits he knew what he was doing was against the law.
If you're so religious, if you knew it was so wrong, why did you walk into this house?
I don't know.
And he wasn't the only one claiming to be religious. Here comes 20-year-old Josh Tuttle, screen name Goodbody1330. He's been chatting online with someone who says she's 13 and a virgin, Jessie's Messy 13. After she tells him she has a big screen TV, he says, hee, that's great. So we can watch movies and cuddle, kiss and make out. Then head up to your bedroom and touch each other and have sex. Then he adds, we can get drunk if you want to.
Person from
We'll
like
make
a
it
teen
feel
movie.
that much better. And now here he is, walking in the door.
Just sit at the bar for a second, okay? I'll be right back down.
What's an old picture? Look at his hair now.
Did you bring the rum?
No. I'll explain when you get down.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a
Well, why
cross
don't you
on
explain it to
too.
me instead?
A
He
crucifix.
says he didn't bring the rum because his brother drank it. Goodbody 1330
no.
goes on to explain that making the decision to come here was a tough one.
Don't do gross
he
shit in
says
front
he
of
went to his
Jesus.
best friend. And believe it or not, says he also turned to the church for guidance.
I have low self-esteem, and I have no one else to turn to but God. So I went and I talked to my pastor.
And what did this pastor tell you?
It's wrong to do.
Then why
and
did you
that
come?
You should have more faith in yourself.
But you're here.
Yeah.
To make new friends.
To make new friends.
Friends,
With
right,
a 13-year-old
right,
girl home alone.
Right.
He says he only came here to watch movies and hang out, but his chat and something else tell a different story.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No, sir.
There's no condoms in your pocket.
I have one, but
that's a condom,
Okay,
bro.
so that's one lot.
I carry that
Yeah.
with me all the time.
But you said you didn't bring any, and you did. So that's a lot.
Oh.
Yes, sir. But I corrected myself. I'm sorry.
We'll hear more from Goodbody later.
He tries to act
now let's look at a
innocent. I
truly
hate
unusual case. Here's a man who seems to be casing the house, afraid to pull in. After driving by several times, he finally makes his
That's a
move
seasoned
and walks
predator
in the
right
back
there.
door.
Hello?
Hold on, I want to take my coat off. I'm sweating to death after I was freezing.
Why don't you come on in and have a seat
Sweating
real
to death
quick?
after freezing.
He's 33-year-old John France,
He
a
got
mechanical
busted.
engineer. He's been chatting online with a decoy who says she's 14. Unlike all the men you've met so far, France, whose screen name is Net Buckeye, is very careful when it comes to talking about sex. When the decoy, Chicky Girl, asks, "Got any condoms?" he says, "What are those?" Just kidding. Then he says, "No worries." She says, "Is that a yes?" And he replies, "Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything without a condom." But when I confront him, he says he has no interest in sex.
I'm confused, though. So if you don't have any interest in that sort of activity, why then chat up a 14-year-old girl and come to visit her?
I'm lonely. That is the bottom line.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he's such a pig.
Very lonely.
You know
And
when
once
they're pig.
again, this man
Oink,
also
oink.
says he's religious.
Is there a church group or a saloon or?
There
I
is.
mean,
I go
think
to
there'd
church
be-
every Sunday, and it's like.
But there's
and
other
in fact, I'm going to a
activities.
new church now because I'm not happy with my old one. But
So does this new church teach that it's okay to come over and visit
I was
14-year-old girls?
thinking it, and
who
Chris
are
said
home
it.
alone
I
with no
love it.
parents?
they would not recommend
You go,
that,
boss.
Then, France says something we've never heard before.
no. Can I have you read something?
Sure.
He tells us that out in his car, there's an envelope on the passenger seat. So Dell goes out to get it.
I was concerned for my safety. You have to understand. I mean, things like that happen.
You show up and
people-
somebody beats you up or something like that?
Well, yeah, stuff like that. I mean, or worse.
So I wonder
mean,
if this
they
has
could have
happened to him
Taken my
before.
life, for all I know.
He opens the note
I wonder
and
if
starts
he's
to
been
read.
beaten up before.
At 8 p.m. tonight, I'm meeting a person whom I met online.
He goes on to say that the girl tried to lure him into talking about sex, which he politely declined, and that he's suspicious about her
Lies,
identity.
We saw it.
If she really is who she says she is, my intention is to befriend her and try to mentor her.
So could this man really be here just to mentor a troubled teen? Detective Burns says he's not buying this story.
Me either.
Well, we refer to it at the office as an alibi letter.
Yeah.
Alibi letter.
Yeah. It was composed in such a way that it's our belief that he put it there, that if he should get caught, made it appear that he was completely innocent.
And the detective says the way France cased our house does not make him look like a man on a rescue mission.
No.
When you look at a vehicle that pulls up in front and stops, drives by, comes back, does the same thing again, if it is his intent that he's going to go in there and counsel her with this girl, why would you struggle with that issue? I think we saw the battle from within as to whether or not he was going to get caught.
But because his case is so unusual, he doesn't get arrested
What? Yeah, look at that
until
smirk.
after his
Look at that
interrogation.
shit-eating grin.
Get your hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
For all the other
That's
men,
how
the
you know
detectives don't
they're a
hesitate
seasoned
to take
predator.
them into custody.
You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
What'll they say when we tell them they're about to be exposed on national
Well,
TV?
too late. Your face is
I'm
on
ashamed.
TV.
And if you put this on the air, I'll sue.
Oh, okay.
Coming up, the suspects
Okay.
walk out. The police move in. We'll take you inside.
Let's see. Okay, this is where he says he's going to sue.
They're being exposed on national television.
I'll
Again,
sue.
Chris Hansen.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Oh, I understand.
And we're doing a story on adults going on the internet,
Right.
trying to hook up with teens.
Right.
Now,
See the cameras coming in and everything.
Remember 40-year-old Alonzo Wade? He brought a case of alcohol to meet a person he thought was 15.
And all I want to do is party. You're trying to find a pedophiler. I'm not.
You are a
But you're here.
pedophiler.
I'm here to party.
and maybe have sex with a teenager.
Maybe.
He decides he's had enough, picks up his alcohol, and starts to leave.
And if you put this on the air, I'll sue.
Who are you, sir?
A few other men head for the door as soon as they find out who I am. But even here in Ohio, many of the men keep talking, even after they find out they're going to be on TV.
It's in the law's hands and God's hands.
You sound like a pretty religious guy.
Yes, sir.
You're free to leave, free to have your condom back.
Free to have your condom back.
I'm ashamed.
Okay.
This
Truly
one's
ashamed.
trash. This was a trash
And
bag,
what
too.
about the men who've seen our previous investigations?
Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yeah, and I've seen this on TV.
You've seen this on TV before.
Remember this 23-year-old man who drove across state lines and brought alcohol for a 13-year-old?
You've seen this on TV before, so you know what's about to happen then.
No.
This is the part where I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and the cameras come out.
Okay, I realized I made coming here was a mistake. Good thing that it didn't progress to nothing further.
It was a good thing that we were here and a 13-year-old girl was not.
Yeah.
So that's the good news tonight.
But I don't know, I just apologize if I offended anybody.
Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators?
Yeah, I've seen it.
This is one of them.
Oh, no.
This is the 21-year-old paramedic with the apparent foot fetish who came to meet a 13-year-old.
So you've seen these stories
I'm
before.
so lame. I meet 13-year-olds.
Didn't you for 1 minute think that this might have been something just like that? Yeah. But you came anyway.
He's looking
It
like
looks
a
as if he
child.
doesn't want to leave. Since he's admitted seeing our earlier broadcasts, he probably knows what's going to happen next. Finally, after several
Going in
requests,
handcuffs.
So I'm going to have to ask what you're going on.
he gets up and walks out the door, right into the arms of the detectives from the Dark County Sheriff's Office.
Sheriff's office, let me see your hands. Put your hands up.
All along, Dell from Perverted Justice has been running across the street, giving the detectives chat logs of potential predators before they arrive.
We're able to look down through the chat logs and determine whether or not a crime had been committed. Once we knew for sure that somebody was coming,
needs to be involved in the online chat or phone conversation. Since in this case Perverted Justice members are the decoys, the Sheriff's Department temporarily deputized the PJ volunteers
I forgot they
who were
say
in our
that
house.
before. They said it in another one too.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
After they're read their rights, the men are taken to this auxiliary building for an official interview. Now it's the detective's turn to ask the questions.
Yeah.
Why did you come here in the first
You're in the
place?
hot seat again.
To see a 13-year-old girl in that house.
What they've already told Dateline is eye-opening. Now wait until you hear what they reveal to detectives. Remember Green-Eyed 121, the 23-year-old who typed a detailed description about having sex with a 13-year-old? Remember, he's a student at an evangelical Christian college.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. What would happen if I got caught? I was caught.
Sheriff's deputies find a box
I
of
bet you were thinking
condoms in his
about more
car.
stuff too,
Tells the
sicko.
detective they just happened to be there.
Have you ever had sex before?
No.
Never. So you have a box of condoms with you. You've never had sex before. The whole plan was to have sex with this 13-year-old when you got here, correct?
That was the original plan.
Okay.
He insists he wasn't going to go through with it. Detectives also question the 42-year-old who showed up at 2 in the morning planning to meet a girl who told him she was 15.
I have to go change out of my clothes, okay?
Okay.
He tries to convince the detective he had no
Chewing
intention
his
of
gum
having
still.
sex with
I'm
a
surprised they didn't make him
15-year-old.
spit it
You would
out.
like me to believe that you just traveled 112 miles for a couple of hours.
You know
hours
what?
ride.
I would like
just,
you to believe that.
gotta be
just to
old,
visit
bro.
a 15-year-old girl.
Yep.
Whose parents aren't home, and you want her to keep that a secret.
Yep.
Okay. And you still have me believe that, despite the fact I have chat in here about you talking about, are you wet yet?
Oh,
Well, I'd like
no,
for you to
he
think
had
the
to
better
go
half
there.
of me, but you got what you got there, and doesn't look good on me.
It doesn't look
Sure
good
doesn't,
for
nope.
this man either, the 21-year-old paramedic who has a thing for feet.
What did you and Kat discuss or plan specifically to do once you met her, knowing she was 13 years old?
Hang out.
Hang out? Nothing else?
Get around. I don't know. I guess sexual stuff.
Sexual stuff?
guess
Like
sexual
what?
stuff.
You're talking about kissing and
Kiss,
what else?
rubber feet, stuff like that.
Rubber feet?
Yeah.
Once the interrogations are over, the men
I
are
don't feel
taken to
sorry
the
for
county
any of
jail
these guys
where they're
at
photographed.
all. I do not. Like I think at least
Fingerprinted,
4 of them are really
strip
sick in the
searched,
head.
and put behind bars, awaiting a hearing before a judge. Most face up
In
to
this
18
episode, I don't know
months
about
in
the
prison.
next.
Where are you?
But our story doesn't end there. The next man you'll meet has a dark secret, a secret that's about to come out, and it's going to shock
Let's
an
see.
entire community.
Why don't you just tell me what you do for a living?
I'd rather not say.
Coming up, a potential
Watch it be like childcare or something. Let's see. Let's see if it's childcare. Okay.
Are
you gonna call if you're coming or?
The decoy you see chatting is a 19-year-old actress. We've hired her to play the role of a young teen on the phone
But I'd really like to see you.
and on a webcam.
She was a good actress, not like the other ones, remember?
This
the new
potential
ones.
predator thinks he's chatting with our actress who's posing as a 13-year-old.
Like, well, I'll try and react to those. It is very difficult. I have tried before with the newer ones, the Hanson versus Predator. I'll try again. I will try for you guys. But the actors were terrible. Terrible. They were better in this, this stuff.
Old virgin. It's actually Dell from Perverted Justice typing on the computer. He's 26-year-old James Rutherford, screen name IU Rutherford. He's been chatting online for more than a week with Princess Danica.
And he started out very slowly, trying to convince her that he could be trusted. He was a good guy. He ended up getting on webcam.
And what does the 26-year-old do with his webcam? He starts putting on a show. He takes off his shirt, flexes his muscles, and even shows off his pierced tongue. He tries to convince the decoy to do a bit of a show as well. Several times he asks the actress to show him her stomach. She finally agrees, and he says, "Nice tummy, hun. I want to lick that." Then he says, "I owe you something now, don't I?"
And then he starts pulling the boxers down a little bit. Doesn't go all the way down.
Remember, he's talking to an actress who he thinks is 13 as he watches her on a webcam. As the chat progresses and plans are made to meet, he types, "I'm so freaking horny. You know, if you had me naked, I'd want more, right?" But just before he gets in his car to come over, he calls.
I was really looking forward to it. That's not fair. I'm so bored here.
It appears the man is having second thoughts. Could it be that he's actually having a change of heart and is questioning his own behavior?
I was like, well, are you gonna call if you're coming or if you're not coming? He's like, I'll call either way.
A few hours go by and we don't hear anything from
2006.
Rutherford. We assume he's not coming.
Okay, gotcha. I'm familiar with that approach.
Until suddenly, someone spots him
My cat
pulling
is
into the
making
driveway.
noises.
That's his red Corvette driving
Making the
around
sound
to
of
the
his
back of the
people
house.
again.
The decoy goes out to wave him in.
Come on in.
I think he wants attention.
The door's open.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm just gonna go finish getting ready. I'll be right there.
Where are you?
Come here.
No, I promise I'll be right back.
No, come here.
I'll be right there. Just wait. Gotta be a little patient.
Actually, I want you to come here.
That's what I thought.
Rutherford
Busted,
says
bitch.
he had a
Busted,
feeling this was a
bitch.
setup.
Let's see if
Still,
the kitty
there
came
was
down
no
here.
denying what he'd been up to.
Who did you think you were going to meet here?
Just this kid I've been talking to.
This kid?
Oh, he wants
I think
attention.
she's a kid.
How old?
13, 14.
13. And how old
he
are you?
wants rubs, guys.
Too old for 13, 14-year-old.
Too old.
But there's one thing he doesn't want to
This
tell
guy,
us.
I'm
What do
so
you do for a living?
disgusted. I am so disgusted and revolted by this guy and just the sneaky, slimy shit. I don't know. I want to give my kitty cat rubs because he makes life better.
I'd rather not say.
Because people like this are
Who do you work
around
for?
us all
I'll
the
get
time.
to that in a minute.
No, I'd really like to know. I'm sure I'm on TV or something right now.
Apparently,
sure are.
the man has seen our
His ass.
investigations before and doesn't want to reveal what he does for a living on national TV.
What does he do?
So I ask him
I'm gonna
again.
say.
Why don't you just tell
I'm
me
gonna
what you
say
do for a living?
daycare.
I'm
Let's
a
see.
teacher.
And what grade
A
do you teach?
teacher. Close enough.
Sixth grade. So you teach
This age
kids
group.
about the same age as the girl
Oh,
you
you
were coming to
nasty.
see.
You're sick.
James Rutherford is a sixth grade teacher at a Catholic school in Cincinnati.
Catholic
where he
school,
also
too.
coaches track. He drove 2 hours to get here.
I would never do anything.
He drove away from like all of where
You were on your webcam.
he drove away from all of them so that he wasn't recognized, I bet. And I see you, gross ass.
Showing off in front of this 13-year-old girl.
I know.
And the conversation you had with this girl.
It was bad. I know. I don't know why. I need help.
Then the teacher offers this
You need a
excuse.
kick in the face.
I am going through a divorce. My wife Thursday told me she was leaving me.
I
Yeah, but
wonder
that doesn't
why.
make it right for you to
'Cause you're sick.
have this kind of
I know,
discussion.
and I shouldn't have.
The teacher admits he's chatted with underage kids before and was worried that it had become a problem for him.
Those poor
A
kids.
serious problem
I
that
hope
was
he's
getting
still in
worse.
prison.
I've thought about this a lot for years. Maybe I should just stop. Maybe I should get counseling. Maybe I should get help. And I always thought, well, it's not that big a deal. I've never taken it to this
How
step.
about
I don't
your
know
balls and wiener
if
off.
this week has just pushed me over the edge.
But fortunately, he's fallen over the edge into our undercover investigation instead of an encounter with a real child.
Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Oh, damn, I've seen one of these.
You've seen one of these?
Yeah. You know, that was one of the reasons I thought, why am I doing this? This could be a setup.
You've actually seen our previous program.
He thought about it. He was like, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk?
I didn't think I was a predator.
You are.
I wasn't out.
Mitch,
I wasn't coming up here for anything physical.
That's a common excuse we've heard again and again.
Liar.
And this man knows it.
I know you've heard this. Hell, I've seen people sit here and say the same stuff.
You were suspicious. You had seen our
Very.
previous stories. Probably got a chuckle out of what happened to some of these guys.
Yeah, and honestly, I sat there and watched and thought,
now we
those
chuckle
guys
at him.
are sick. Why would you do that? And that was what, a month and a half ago? And then
And you
Here I
still
am.
did it.
But
You
what
still
about the
came.
young students he comes in contact with every day? Has this teacher ever crossed that line? His online chat comes uncomfortably close.
I could be your teacher. Would you flirt with me? She says wink
no.
at you and stuff. Hee hee, okay.
I've never, ever crossed a line
So
like
he's
that
been
with
attracted to his
a
students.
person that I was a student. Ever. Not even
That's
thought
a
about
lie.
it. I guess maybe it was just like
If you
online,
ask
it was
that,
like they
that's a
weren't
lie.
real.
But I guess the question that some people might ask is this. If you eventually evolved to the point where you'd come here to meet a 13-year-old girl after this kind of
would've gotten worse.
conversation, at what point do you suddenly become interested in kids in the school where you teach? Right? It's a legitimate question.
He talked to us for more than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Several times he asked, are the police outside?
That's
Am I
why
going to
he's
get
trying,
arrested?
He's trying to avoid that.
In
He's
fact,
trying
while
to
he
be
was
there as much as he
inside,
can.
detectives from the Dark County Sheriff's Office had moved into place and were waiting to arrest him.
Well, Jim, I appreciate that.
Oh, he's even got a douchey car.
And tell that kid I'm sorry too. Alright?
I will.
In the end, what started as a possible meeting with a child ends in an encounter with police,
Sheriff's Department, stop, put your hands on your head.
in which he confesses even
He
more
completely
during
do. He
interrogation.
completely do it.
I think you do have a problem,
Obviously.
and you've admitted that, okay? That you have talked to minors before, 13 years of age. Do you masturbate while you're doing this?
Sometimes.
Oh, no.
have, yeah.
So gross.
So you're so driven by this, okay?
But sir, and it's not like
Okay,
it's.
just listen to me,
Well,
man.
no,
Okay.
I think I feel like I should at least tell you. It's not like it's. I go on there specifically looking for little kids.
Tuck your head.
Regardless of his explanation,
But if it's
the
there,
teacher is
then you
transported
take
just
it,
like all
you
the other
nasty
men
fuck.
to the county jail, where he's photographed,
Turn to your right.
fingerprinted,
That's a
strip
teacher,
searched,
man.
and thrown in jail. From his jail cell, he calls his employer.
He resigned that position yesterday in order to spare his students and
What happens to him next is in the
No,
court's
to
hands.
spare himself.
surround this case.
Coming up, a reality check for parents. What's your child doing? 500 teenagers across the country, ages 14 to 18, about their computer
Guess there's
habits.
more. Let's see if there, what we have in store for next time.
Next week, we'll return to the heartland. What's going to happen when some of the men you've seen tonight appear in court?
The maximum penalty is up to 12 months in prison.
Also, we'll expose more suspects looking to meet young teens.
All walks of life, all different
This
types
man
of
says
people,
he's
man.
innocent, but his story is especially frightening.
What then are you doing in this house less than a week before you're supposed to be in court and go to prison for doing the very same thing?
Oh.
Join us next Wednesday night at 9, 8 Central for To Catch a Predator 5. And you can log on to our
I can't wait
website
to
for a series
find
of
out,
guidelines
next.
on how to protect your children from
All right, well, that is the end of part 1. I can't wait to see the next one because you know me, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in on that guy. That was already gross. That's just as gross as the teacher. My God. Anyway, this was To Catch a Predator, Greenville, Ohio, part 1. I would like to thank Max Cooper again for supplying this video and sharing it to all of us. And I will link their channel below just so you can go check them out. And I will see you next time. It was fun. I miss this. I quite enjoy talking shit about predators. I really do. I miss this. I need to do this more. It's just that, like I said in the other video, there's conflicting schedules, like with work, and then my significant other also works from home most of the time, so it's hard when your desks are side by side. I don't want to interrupt him, and then we get to gaming, and it's just a whole thing. But again, thank you for watching, and there will be more. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good everything. Mwah. Bye.